Have you ever looked at someone and just thought, wow, they are absolutely stunning? That feeling, that instant gut reaction feels so personal, so you. But what if I told you that by the time you consciously have that thought, your brain has already made the call? It sounds like science fiction, but it's a fascinating reality that scientists are uncovering. Today, we're diving deep into the hidden world of your brain to understand how it makes decisions, especially emotional ones, long before you're even aware of it. Think about it like this. You're scrolling through photos, and suddenly one face just grabs you. You can't explain why, but there's an immediate pull. This isn't just random chance. Researchers have discovered that our brains are constantly processing information from our environment at lightning speed, far below the threshold of our conscious awareness. When you see a face, your brain is analyzing symmetry, skin texture, eye contact, and a million other subtle cues. It's comparing this new data to a vast internal library of experiences, preferences, and even evolutionary programming. A groundbreaking study published in a major science journal used brain imaging technology, like fMRI, to watch this process in action. Participants were shown a series of faces and asked to rate their attractiveness. The scientists weren't just interested in their final answers. They were watching what happened in the brain before. The participants pressed the button, and what they found was astonishing. They could predict, with surprising accuracy, which faces a person would rate as stunning, several seconds before the person consciously made their choice. The decision was already visible in the patterns of brain activity, particularly in areas like the orbitofrontal cortex, which is involved in processing rewards and making value judgments. So, what does this mean? It suggests that the feeling of, I find that person attractive, is actually the final step in a long unconscious process. Your brain has already done the heavy lifting. It has evaluated the visual information, run it through its complex algorithms, and assigned a value to it. Your conscious experience, that wow moment, is essentially your brain informing you of the decision it has already reached. It's like the CEO of a company getting a summary report from their team. The team did all the research and analysis. The CEO just gets the final recommendation. In this analogy, you are the CEO, and your unconscious brain is your incredibly efficient, lightning-fast team. This phenomenon isn't limited to just finding someone attractive. It applies to a huge range of our daily decisions. Have you ever walked into a room and just felt a certain vibe, good or bad? That's your brain subconsciously processing cues in the environment, the lighting, the posture of the people there, the faint sounds in the background, and delivering a consolidated feeling to your conscious mind. Or think about that split-second decision to swerve when you're driving to avoid an obstacle. You don't have time to consciously think, there is a box in the road. I should turn the wheel to the left. Your brain sees the danger, makes the calculation, and initiates the action, all before you can even form a complete thought about it. Your conscious mind catches up afterward, experiencing a jolt of adrenaline and the thought, phew, that was close. This brings up a mind-bending question. If our brain makes decisions before we are aware of them, how much control do we really have? Are our emotions and choices just pre-programmed reactions? Well, it's not that simple. It doesn't mean we are just puppets. Consciousness plays a crucial role. While the initial impulse or feeling might be generated unconsciously, our conscious mind has the power of veto. It's the editor, the final checkpoint. Let's go back to our stunning person. Your brain might give you that initial wow signal, but then your conscious mind kicks in. You might learn something about the person's character that changes your perception, or you might decide for various personal reasons not to act on that initial attraction. Consciousness allows for reflection, context, and long-term planning. It allows us to override our primal instincts and make choices that align with our values and goals. So our emotions aren't necessarily things we self-select from a blank slate in the moment. They are more like carefully curated suggestions from our brain, based on a lifetime of learning and millions of years of evolution. The brain manipulates the data, presents an emotional summary, and then our conscious self gets to react to it. This understanding is incredibly powerful. It means we can learn to work with our brains. By understanding that these initial reactions are automatic, we can learn not to be ruled by them. We can pause, question our gut feelings and ask, where is this coming from? This is the foundation of mindfulness and emotional intelligence. It's about creating a space between the initial trigger and our final response. For example, if you have an instant negative reaction to someone, instead of immediately acting on that feeling, you can pause. You can recognize it as an unconscious signal from your brain and then consciously choose to gather more information. You can decide to give the person a chance, to look for evidence that contradicts your initial gut feeling. This is how we grow beyond our biases and make more considered, compassionate choices. We're not just passengers, we're pilots who can learn to understand our instrument panel and navigate accordingly, even when the autopilot wants to take over. This interplay between the conscious and unconscious mind is one of the most exciting frontiers of neuroscience. It challenges our very definition of self. Are we the conscious narrator telling the story of our life, or are we the entire complex system? The conscious mind, the unconscious processes, the body, and all of its intricate feedback loops working together? The science suggests it's the latter. The story we tell ourselves is just one part of a much bigger, more mysterious, and more wonderful picture. The next time you have a strong gut feeling, whether it's awe at a beautiful sunset or an instant connection with a new person, take a moment to appreciate the incredible hidden work your brain is doing. It's your silent partner, your co-pilot, constantly working behind the scenes to help you navigate the world. So the fact that your brain decides someone is stunning before you do doesn't take away from the magic of the moment. In a way, it makes it even more magical. It reveals a hidden layer of complexity and intelligence within you that you're not even aware of. It's a reminder that you are a walking, talking miracle of biology, making thousands of unconscious decisions every single minute. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the mind. I hope it's given you a new perspective on your own thoughts and feelings. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the amazing world of science. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever had a gut feeling that turned out to be spot on? Let's talk about it. Until next time, stay curious.